Custom 3D printed Raspberry Pi 3 cases. Yeah, you see them right. Pac-Man, Death Star, Thor's Hammer. Let's go ahead and unbox these, set them up, and have a look. We got a lot of stuff to unpack here. Alright, and then we got Thor's freaking hammer over here. Checking out Thor's Hammer, Pac-Man, Death Star, all Raspberry Pi 3 cases. Case number 1, the Red Pac-Man case. This is not a hinged case. You got one side that's a half circle, as you see there. You use it to hold your chips while you're waiting or whatever. So you got the head, and then you've got the base piece. It's got that little convex sliced lemon look. Does have some ventilation here as well. Gotta mount your pie upside down. Wow, okay, that's a cool little design. So the pie actually goes in upside down, which is totally cool. And when the pie's upside down, you can then put this on top. And then you have access to all your ports right there. Okay, so here you go. So through the back, you have your HDMI, your auxiliary, and your power. And then on the kind of the side, you have your USBs, and then the front, you have your little dude here, your little ghost. Right, so there's the Ghost Pi 3 case. Probably one of the cheapest of what you get here because it is so simple. Very simple design, but really cool. Nice way to hide your Pi. And people are gonna be like, what the hell is that? It's a ghost, it's a Pi, it's an emulation computer. It's all of the above. Okay, so then the ghost gets attacked as Pac-Man comes in. Pac-Man enters the scene. Ghost dies. Bye-bye. Okay, Pac-Man, here we go. A little 360 on Pac-Man. He's got a little hinge right here that opens up his mouth. And that just hinges back. This is all just one solid piece right here. This piece right here. And then the base does have a little bit of flat. So it sits. Ventilation, you got some nice big vents right there. There's for your outputs, USBs and things on the side. So again, interesting design. You put your Raspberry Pi in backwards, and that allows the ports there. You still get to your SD card very easily. You can even pull up your whole Pi to get your SD card. You can still get to your GPIOs as well. And then over here behind Pac-Man, you have access to your HDMI, your auxiliary, and your power. HDMI, auxiliary power. I do like that there's a lot of room in here, so if you have shielded cables, you should still be able to get them in there. And then you got all that ventilation as well. And then now you have a Pac-Man powered Pi. I think a lot of you are gonna like this one, especially you retro gamers out there. I think it's great. It's awesome that you can just open it up. It just hinges open. You don't need any hardware for that. Getting to your SD card, really easy to do there. Not hard at all. And I believe these little slots here will hold little micro SD cards as well. I think we need to put a little candy in there, kids. Just put a couple 32s in there. 64 is too big. Put like our 128 in there. Got a 128 in there now. Finish off with that little 200 gigabyte right there. All right, 200. So I don't know if you see that, but we got all our little micro SD cards in there. You just grab one out. You're like, what is this one? You're like 200 gigabytes. You're like, cool, and you just slide that in there. Slide in your little 200. Boom, and then you're rocking and rolling. Cool. I like the little SD card. Little SD card area. I guess you could put something here too. There's a little spot right here for something. Pretty cool. So this is unpainted. You can paint it gray very easily. This one does require 2mm to open it up. It does come with the stand here as well. And the stand is removable. So if you wanted to like free hang the orb, you could. From my understanding is that this works as a camera port as well. So you can definitely set that up. And there is a cover here that I don't have, but there's a cover that covers the SD card slot. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. It's one screw, okay. Here's the construction inside. You can see it's multiple pieces that they put them together with Allen wrenches. This one, the pie itself, does have screws for the pie. So you got screws to put your pie in. This one actually goes upright, if I'm looking at this construction right, yeah. And then this just goes right over the top. Dun 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 dun. We've got it in there. There you go, a little 360. You probably want to see the side here. There's one side, you got your ports coming out. Rotate this around. Again, remember this was a camera port here. And then I'm missing this right now, but there's an SD card slot cover here as well. I have to say though, getting your finger in and out of there is not gonna be easy. So do keep that in mind. Let's give small fingers. But if you have tweezers, you're in a really good spot. Just grab some tweezers, boom, pull it out. No problem whatsoever. And then the back, you got nice little ventilation. And you've got the actual outputs there. HDMI, power, 3.5. Boom. There you got it, the Death Star. Pew, 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 pew. Okay. All right, last but not least, we have the Thor Hammer with a mount. The mount is not painted yet. I'm sure if you contact them, they may or may not paint them. But this is the mount style for the controller, and then the controller just kind of sits in the mount like that, and then it's mounted. You can see, mounted. All right. This actually just slides right off like this. Just slides right out like that. Let's see if you can see the action right here. This one is a little more intense. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but let's grab the light. Let's shine the light directly in there. All right, there you go. So let's get that light in there. So most of these screws are just aesthetic screws. The 4 screws are going to be these 4 right here, 1 and then 2 in that corner, and then 3 and then 4 in this corner over there. All right, so we got to remove those to get the pie in there. You can see over here, that's where the USBs are going to go, and then you can see out the side right here, a lot of great ventilation, and that's where you're going to have power, HDMI, and 3.5, and then another camera port hole, and I think oh, right here, you're gonna have your micro SD slot. It kind of hinges open for your micro SD right here, hinge. Okay. All right, first things first, we gotta undo these screws. We've got our pie in there now. Okay, we got the ports in the back. You got the ports there. Camera port, top of the hammer, and micro SD. See that micro SD? Boom. This one is easy to get in and out of. All right, cool. And then the hammer. Remember the hammer? The hammer just kind of slides on top, closes up, and then there's your pie. You can do it like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like this. You can do it upside down. Just have it with the hammer straight up. Bam! Oh, Thor's hammer. Never felt so powerful before. So there you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4 different Raspberry Pi 3 cases, all really custom, all really nice. They should also work with the brand new Raspberry Pi 3B Plus as well, just because where all the ports are and everything, there's no really GPIO pins in the way. But double check on that. It should be okay though. Really like them. I think they're works of art, and they're definitely cool. I think a lot of people out there are gonna like this one and this one. I'm kind of more partial to these two, but I'm not a super big Thor fan. I know you Thor fans out there are gonna be like, what? And you're gonna want it. So wanted to show these off. Thank you to Wholesale PC. What I'm gonna do is probably give these giveaways to my Patreons, maybe do a giveaway here on YouTube. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I'm definitely gonna be giving some of these away. So don't forget to give a little like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll catch you on the next one.